Hi starseeds, it's Opheana and Sikaal here. We are cosmic shamans and spiritual life coaches, teachers of universal consciousness, and today we bring you the energies of March for your Ascension update.
So the energies of March, very exciting month again. Seeds of creation,
yes.
And the consciousness of universal truth is streaming very powerfully. We are currently in our creative spirit retreat, which we're loving. Thank you very much. So that means that we're not currently doing client sessions, we are doing readings, and it's created a space for us to allow the creation seeds, which are flowing through very powerfully in the field.
Very powerfully.
And so if you have made space for yourself and moved through the February energies of letting go of that old chunk out of your life, that really big initiation of moving on from the areas that your spirit has guided you, the creation seeds would most likely be flowing very, very quickly and powerfully through your field. So if you have let go of those old timeline situations, circumstances, people, whatever it was that your innate guidance was to let go of, you will have created space for the creation energy to pour through your vessel. And the ones of you that haven't fully let go yet, they will be bouncing around in your field or outside your field, not able to fully come in, or you may feel a little bit of pressure in the higher regions of your chakras, pressure on your crown, on your brow, blockages there, the damming up of energy due to the massive amounts of creation energy flowing through. And so merged with that is this energy, this thread of universal truth. The teams, the Ascension energies, our presences are asking all of us to really look at, be honest with ourselves and with others, and about others, and about the reality that we're living in, because the reality is changing. The realities are changing, the timelines are changing, they're changing fast. As we shared in February, the river is very, very fast, it's powerful, it's strong, and to get into it so you get to the areas where you need to be experiencing your mission.
It's funny, and they're actually really connected. Universal truth, your divine truth flowing through your system with your creative seeds. I mean, one of the reasons, again, I know Opheana mentioned it, we are now on our creative spirit retreat, and it's a funny thing because it's not something you normally do, but there is so many seeds of creations and projects waiting in our field to be downloaded through these vessels that Spirit guided us to take these months and to actually start grounding them. Because if you just continue on the timeline that you're doing and you keep moving along, then there's not enough time for all of this ideation to move forward. And your spirit, as we've said before, will continue to guide you on a path of change. And it's not about change, but these timelines of moving to fourth density, moving to, a new realm and a new timeline. Change is part of that. So don't be surprised if change is something that seems to not stop for a little while and you're continually asked to change. Even if you've just changed something, it means you got to change again. And also change fluctuates, we've said. So what seems like the right way to go, or something that is the right thing to do week 1, then 7 days later, or even 3 days later, it can be different. And we advise you to stay in the now and then go with the new flow. Why? The collective consciousness is changing. All of the choices that are changing with Gaia's fluctuations in energy as well, next to the solar system, next to the galaxy, everything is in flux. And everything is moving, and everything is under pressure that is no longer meant to be, to change and flow with that river. So this is where universal truth comes in. Be very truthful with yourself. Do I need to change? And then if a week later you need to change again, then change again. What are these seeds of creation that are being planted by Spirit in the teams? And they could be faint and very distant, or they could be right in your face to be actioned right now. One of those things for us, as an example, was this Creative Spirit retreat. For us to have the time, not do client sessions in this period, to really download these ideas and to actually action them, to make them manifest in our timeline. Because that's part of our mission, is to bring forth this type of information in the most practical way possible as well. So this is where truth and creation and creative ideas and creative seeds come together. The same will happen for you. The March energies are really ripe and primed for that.
Yes, one of the streams I wanted to share was within our family, with our children and our different routines that we have, the activities that we do through the day, through our week. I mean, we live a pretty, different kind of lifestyle to most. But, you get into different routines. However, we have really noticed, especially in the last 2 months, January, February, and now into this month as well, that we are constantly changing the dance. The dance of, that timing has changed now. The thing we used to do at 8 o'clock has now changed to 10 o'clock. And the kids, you can feel a little disharmony in that area. So we would have, a connection time with the family, and we would say, hey, and we'd come up with a new zone, and then guess what happens? The pure synchronicity and harmony flows through that. And so there's this dance that happens. It's like if you dance the same dance with the same moves every single time, it can get boring and stagnant, and you use the same muscles and you don't use the other muscles, and you don't grow, you don't expand, you're not flowing with the new music. If you're dancing the same dance with old beat, it doesn't quite work, and that's where that non-resonance happens. And so really allowing yourself to flow with the shifts and the changes, like Sikaal said, change the dance moves. Really, okay, so, and this is the thing with 3D workplaces or 3D extended family situations. Often those areas are so structured that you can't make those shifts. And so if that's not working for you, that's where the honesty comes in, the truth, the universal truth of my energetic signature needs me to flow synchronistically with this new dance that I have, because I'm at a certain frequency now, and when I go into that situation, I cannot dance my dance. So I want to dance my dance. And so what do you need to shift and change to keep being honest with yourself, keep being honest with, just like we say it to our kids. When something's coming up, hey, this is how it is now, and it's really surprising, they come into a really easy acceptance of it. Just be honest with the people in your life, with your family, and say, look, if you're the father and you're changing your work and things are going to shift, and you won't, your income is going to be halved, there's going to be shifts in the family. You might be surprised, rather than thinking, I've got to take care of my family financially, they might be like, Dad, we're going to see you more at home. That's very exciting. We would love to help in any way we could. That type of thing can happen. If you're a mum and you're going to be doing more writing or art or work or spiritual just practices, meditation, etc., speak to them and say, look, this is really important to me. I'm shifting now. I know I used to do it before you would get up, but I really, my dance is that I need to do it at 10 a.m. when you guys are doing this and that. Could you, just be quiet, put your headphones on while you're watching that or whatever. Just really shift and change, and ask the people in your life to know who you are. Ask them to really see deeply and to come into a harmony with your dance. And if you start to not like the same music, then it's hard to dance the same dance. And so it doesn't mean you have to all be the same, but the frequency, the resonance needs to be the same. Otherwise you're stepping on each other's toes, and it's not necessary. And
it's not going to work. And so March energies are really about, first of all, being aware of these seeds of creation, or these blossoming projects of creation, and flowing with it, making time for it in your life and in your timeline. That was the February energies as well, is to let go of the old, to let go of the old and move forward with it. And this is where the truthfulness with yourself, always being truthful with what spirit is presenting to you, what your world is presenting to you, and acting on it, not just knowing it, but acting on it. And your spirit is always guiding you in new ways of creation, in the most honest, universally true way. So if you can connect into that and action it, then you can ride this river so smoothly, because your spirit has everything lined up for you. All you've got to do is follow the steps. The teams are reminding me of an analogy in movies where one person behind the scenes is coaching someone through an earpiece, for instance, in an action movie, and all they say is, okay, go left now, go right now. Or someone in one of those what do you call it, rally cars. You may have seen those rally races. The guy driving or the gal driving only listens to the person navigating. All they do is they have no time to think. They just gotta listen, left, right, okay, hard turn here. And it's kind of like that. That's what your spirit is doing for you.
Yes.
And it's not always a race. It doesn't always have to be at that high speed, but it is always with you being veiled. You're like the driver in the rally car. You don't know what's coming, but the navigator does. And so your spirit is the navigator. So all you've got to do is follow the next step and the next step and the next step. And then you can surrender and let go. And all you are is in the now. All the rally car driver has to do is hold the wheel, and apply the brakes and apply, extra gas and extra whatever he needs to do in his particular car. And that's what you need to do with spirit. Okay, this is the seed of creation coming in now, being honest with yourself, letting go of that situation, moving away from that job, okay, gently thinking about this, changing that, no longer being resonant at those events or with those people or with those particular activities. You've really got to allow spirit to guide you now, one step at a time. It is fast-paced. The energies are moving fast. However, it doesn't mean you can't feel peace and you can't slow it down into the now, because you'll find. And one of the things, when you zen it, when you slow it down into the now, you can still go super fast, but you feel calm inside. And that's really a beautiful place to get to as often as you can within all of this.
Absolutely, very beautiful. Zen it. It's such a key to moving through everything, when our eldest was younger, I would rush to get her to school or this or that and the other, and she's such a sensitive being. She just freak out with rushing, and we're blessed with the lifestyle that we have now with these kids, because there is no rushing. You don't need to rush through anything, because rushing takes you out of the center. And so stop the rushing. If you see yourself rushing, look at, well, why am I rushing? Am I having an exciting sporting event? Well, obviously you just want to get
or in
into
a rally car.
Yeah, or in a rally car, and you're like, rah, that's different. That's not rushing. That's in like that genius divine flow of energy. We're talking about forcing the energy. So if you're noticing that you're moving through your day at work or at home or anywhere, you're rushing, you're pushing, you're forcing, just everything can slow down, simplify the situations.
Because you're really not being, and you're really not being, what's happening is you're not truthful with the situation. You're not in the now.
You're not trusting the now. You're not trusting it's not going to work out. Yeah, I wanted to also touch on the creation energy, to allow the creation seeds that you have already conceived, the ones that have been in your field maybe for years, but you've never been brave enough, or you've thought, I can't accomplish that, or it's just on the back burner for in 5 years when you're, have more time or whatever, to revisit if it's still in your field, if it's just sitting there like a piece of fruit that just hasn't been picked. Just meditate with it for a bit, feel into it, start looking at what is my creation here, because everyone creates, everyone is creative, everyone is a creator. What are you creating? What is it that your cells buzz on when you think about something, even if it just seems like a hobby or whatever? It doesn't matter. Just begin to explore it. Be an adventurer in your life with your creations and see where they go. If there's something that you really want to create, just go towards it, and there might be a few turns here and there, and maybe it'll turn into something different, but maybe it will be what you imagined 5 years ago, and you're like, wow, I'm actually creating this new baby that has been in my field for so many years.
And with that, a side note, the team says as guided by spirit.
Yes.
Not as, oh, that's such a good idea from a 3D perspective, from a personality point of view. So really get your guidance, and if it's a spirit idea that has not left, it is meant to be actioned. So look into if you can take a next step on that, as guided by your spirit in the now with your universal truth alignment.
Yes, so just take a moment now, breathe, and feel what the frequency is of universal truth. What does that mean? You know how we say love and light. Light is truth. It is universal truth. It is the Sananda, you know, the energy that Jesus brought to earth. Just pure, just truth and authenticity. The blue light of
blue
truth.
Ray.
What is that? Anchor that into your field over the coming times so that you can just emanate your truth, emanate your frequency, your love and your light, all immersed together, alchemizing as you transmit to people, as you spend time with yourself and with others, as you make decisions, choices, just really align with that energy of universal truth that will really assist you in the times that are flowing through very, very powerfully.
Beautiful.
All right, we love you guys
Thank
so
you
much. And we hope this assists in the weeks ahead. Many blessings and lots of love.
Many, many creative blessings.
Ooh, so
Thank you guys. Cheers.